Good morning. Welcome to Oh Kids Online. I am so excited to be here with you today. What fun that we can always have when we are together with Oh Kids. All this month, we've been talking about how we can turn things upside down with humility. Humility is kind of upside down from the way things usually go. It's like living in opposite world. Usually we tend to think of me first, right? Instead of thinking of you or others first. But humility flips that around. Humility means that we find a way to put others first instead of just thinking all about ourselves. And did you know that Jesus gave us the greatest example of humility? He lived his life in a way that seemed very opposite of what people were expecting. He's the all powerful Son of God, but he came to serve. He died on the cross so that we could be able to have a friendship with God that would last forever. Jesus lived out humility, and I believe that with God's help, you and me, well, we can do it too. Now, oh, kids, guess what? Even though some things might be flipped upside down around here, there is still one thing I want you to remember that's still the same. Here at Oh Kids, we don't have rules. Rules are for school. And we want you to know that when you are at Oh Kids, there are some things that you can do. Now, let's take just a minute to look at those. And by now, you can say them with me. So let me hear you. Ready? Number one, I can listen to my Oh Kids leaders. That's right. Your parents are doing a great job. They're your Oh Kids leaders right now. So you be sure to listen to whatever they're telling you to do. Number two, I can respect my neighbor. Yep, you know it. Those neighbors are the brothers and sisters that you have. So show them some kindness, some love, a little respect. Keep your hands and your feet to yourself. Got it? Good. All right. Number three, I can worship Jesus with all of my heart. So when it comes that time in a little bit and you get ready to sing some of those songs and worship, let's do it. Make a choice. Make a good choice to listen to all of the words and sing the songs with all that you've got. Wait, what? What was that? Of course, you better dance. Dance like no one's watching you and use all those best moves as you worship Jesus, right? Number four, I can listen to the whole online story. So this is super important. When your Oh Kids leaders, your parents, they get that story ready after this and you know that they've just pressed play and it's going to start, I want you to put your hand up and I want you to promise me that you're going to pay attention. Did you promise? Listen ever so carefully because I know when you listen for the story this week, you're going to learn something that's going to help you for sure. All right, number five. I can still have the most fun I've ever had. Like ever. Yes, we always have fun when we come together for Oh Kids. So I want you today to remember to try your best and let's have the most fun ever. Well, I know this week we're going to be talking about humility once again. And humility is putting others first by giving up what you think that you deserve. I really think that humility is one of the most upside down things for all of us because I do know it does not come naturally for us to want to put someone else's needs first. You know, it's sort of like we live in an opposite world. Have you ever played a game called Simon Says? Great. Usually, the Simon, whoever's playing Simon, tells you something to do, like touch your ears or hop on one foot. But you can only do it if the Simon says, Simon Says. Well, in this opposite world, instead of doing what the Simon would say, you would do the opposite. Like if Simon said, touch one foot, well, then maybe you should not do that. You would do the opposite. So you touch both ears. Well, we're going to play a little bit like this today. And if you mess up, hey, don't worry. This is just for fun. And remember, we have so much fun at O Kids. All right, everybody up on your feet. And let's get ready to play Simon Says, the Upside Down edition. Do you have a little bit of room where you can wiggle and not touch anything or knock over something on your mama's table, or you're not going to run into your brother or sister, your neighbors that are there with you? Make sure you got some space. Here we go. Simon Says, touch your toes. Did you touch your toes? Or did you touch your head? See how it goes in the opposite world? All right, listen, let's try this one. Simon Says, turn around and twirl towards the left. To the left. Did you turn to the left or did you turn to the right? Remember, this is the upside down edition, so we have to do everything in opposite world. Try this one. Simon Says, hop on one foot. Did you hop on one foot or two? Simon Says, lower those arms. Did you lower your arms or did you raise them up high? Remember, this one is all about the upside down world. We're doing everything opposite. Try this one with me. Simon Says, be careful, crawl around that room where you are like a baby. Are you crawling around like a baby? Or did you walk around like an old person who could not hardly move? Let's do this one. Simon Says, whisper, I love all kids. Did you whisper that? Or did you shout, I love all kids? All right. That one was fun. Now let's try our very last one together. Are you ready? Simon Says, wink with your right eye. Did you wink with your right? Or did you wink with your left? Well done, everybody. I hereby declare Simon Says, the Upside Down Edition game for O Kids to be officially over. The end. You all tried your very best, and you did a tremendous job following directions in the upside down or opposite world. All right. Now, I want to ask you about another game. Sometimes I love to play this game. Anybody ever played the game of tic-tac-toe? You've got those perfectly drawn out grid, and you've got to get 3 items in a row. I always like to choose the O's, but I do know that there's several people, every time they play, they want to be the X. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, the next thing that you have to do is decide who goes first. And I've heard that whomever gets to go first in the game of tic-tac-toe usually has a better chance of winning the game. Well, do you know that playing this game of tic-tac-toe, or really any game, brings out an instinct in us to be first, to win, to block our opponent's every move? Well, that's fine in a game, but do you know that having an attitude like that could actually hurt you and others in real life? See, the best way to win at being humble or using humility is to show others God's love for them by what you do for them. You want to imitate Jesus. You want to put others first because Jesus put you first. In the Bible, there's a man named Paul, and he wrote about just that in a book called Philippians, and that's where we find our memory verse for this month. We're going to take a look at it. It's actually in Philippians 2, verse 3, and it says this: don't do anything only to get ahead. Don't do it because you are proud. Instead, be humble. Value others more than yourselves. All right. Now, I'm going to read this again, and I'm going to pause because I'm going to give you time to say it with me, because we all need to practice putting this into our mind and really trying to put it also down deep in our heart so that we can remember this verse for a long time. Let's try it together. Don't do anything only to get ahead. Your turn. Don't do it because you are proud. Instead, be humble. You try it. Value others more than yourselves. Yes, and this scripture was found in Philippians 2:3. That's a good way I like to remember where it's found at. You know, last Sunday was Easter, and we celebrated the fact that Jesus was on this earth and he made a way to be our Savior. He died on the cross for all the mistakes that we've made, and then he came back to life. He is alive. And by doing all those things, Jesus acted in real humility. He put us first by giving up what he really deserves. See, Jesus changed the way that everything works. And that, oh kids, should include the way we see others, and definitely should include the way we treat them. In just a little bit, you're going to get to click the links that I show you on the screen, and you're going to get to hear a story about a man named Angus. And he was a school bus driver. And I know all our school bus drivers right now, they're not picking up children. But listen, this story you're going to hear about him, he chose to put others first when he really wanted something else. And you're going to see what I'm talking about. He chose to be just like Jesus. Yep, he chose to put others first. And do you know that's our bottom line this week? Put others first because Jesus put you first. Say that with me. This is definitely your moment to make sure you're reading it and saying it. Put others first because Jesus put you first. Hey, this week, I want you to really practice humility, being humble. So what I want you to do is you can email me at michelle@onehopechurch.org when you have discovered a way that you chose to put others first. Have you tried to be just like Jesus, giving up something for others and not getting what you deserve? Well, maybe you're not the very best at typing on the computer, but you want to draw me a picture of something you did. I'd love to see that. So make sure you draw a picture of what you did to put others first. Then have your O Kids leaders take a picture of that you drew and send it to me in the email. I'm going to be waiting to hear all about how that you put others first this week. Now, before you go anywhere, I want you to pause for just a minute because I want to pray for you. So I want you to get still for just a minute. We've wiggled and we've had a lot of fun so far, but I want you to be still. And I want you to bow your heads and close your eyes. And we're going to talk to God together. And it's okay if you want to talk to him too. But I'm going to take just a minute and pray for you. Dear God, thank you so very much for sending Jesus to come and rescue us. Thank you that Jesus showed us how to be humble. He did that by putting us first and doing so many wonderful things for us before he ever even thought of himself. And God, we want to show humility. We want to be humble. We want to follow the example that Jesus gave us, but we know we're going to need your help. So please, God, give each one of us the strength that we need to put others first, because that's what Jesus did. And we want to be just like Jesus. God, we ask that you would be with us during this week. Help us to stay strong and brave, strong and healthy in our bodies, and brave in our hearts and in our minds, God, because right now things are so different and they don't look like we've seen them look in a very long time. Help us to keep loving you more and more each and every day. In Jesus' name I pray and ask all this. Amen. Did you say that too? I think I heard you saying it with me. Now, parents, those O Kids leaders, we are so grateful to you for helping us out during this time. I want you to go to onehopechurch.org/kids and click on the links for your O Kids worship time and a story for this week. There is even an Ollie video for all my O little ones. Please be sure that they're able to see the one that's for them as well. And then I want you, O Kids leaders, to help your O Kid find a way that they can practice humility, putting others first, because that's what Jesus did. And I want you to find a way that they can practice that this week, because I know all of you, just like me, we want all these little kids to learn how to be just like Jesus. And if your O Kid doesn't feel comfortable writing or drawing a picture, maybe you want to brag on them, and you could even write me a note and let me know what they did. I'd be happy to get a note from you as well. So you can email that to me at michelle@onehopechurch.org. I can't wait to hear all about it. Now, O Kids, I want you to remember something super important. I love you so very much. In fact, I love you with all of my heart. Now have a great week putting others first. See you next time.